Hey there, Greg from My Mortgage. Just wanted to check in what are we, March 2023 now, about, hey, what can I do if my home loan is coming off those really nice low rates at maybe 2.5% or 3% and jumping up to that 6.5%? What can I do? What are my options? Well, there's probably 3 or 4 options for you. So the first option is, hey, let's have a look and make sure we're making the best decision for you with these new rates. What can we sustainably afford? And then what term of rate should we look at? So for example, right now the 2-year rate is generally the lowest. We're seeing a few special deals from some of the banks, but generally we see it sitting around about 6.4%, something like that. So let's have a look at that and see what can work there if that's the right time frame for you. But for some people, maybe a 3 or a 4-year fixed rate might be a good option. And you know, in terms of what we see happening with interest rates, we think they're going to come back a little bit within the next 18 months. But if you're saying, hey, look, if it goes any higher than the 6.5 that I can get for 3 years, I actually don't know if I'll be able to afford it or it's going to put a real pressure on our family, then maybe that's a good option just to give you that certainty. Few other options, things we could do. So one is we might be able to extend your loan term back out. So maybe you've had your house for 5 years, but you've been paying it off as if you're going to pay it off in 20 years. So you've got a bit of a 5-year buffer there. And so we might be able to pull that back to your original term, back over 25 years, and that might bring your repayments down, the repayments that the bank's suggesting. And the other option is we could refinance you. So essentially, same situation as before. Maybe you've had your home for 8 years. You started off with a 30-year loan term. You've been paying off a little bit more. Potentially now you're paying it off over 20 years. You've got 20 years left. We could refinance you back to 30 years. That's going to drop your repayments. You are going to pay a little bit more interest over that time. But the idea being that as interest rates come back, we start to pay it off quicker again as well. So there is that option there. As a part of that process, we can get you some cash contributions from the bank, from your new bank. So normally at the moment it's about 1% of your home loan, and that can go towards solicitors' fees, so it's not going to cost you anything. If you're coming off a fixed term, then there's no break fees or anything like that, so it should be a pretty straightforward process and can just help with your cash flow over the short term until we can ramp your repayments back up. Or as interest rates come down and we keep paying the same. So there is a few options there. Please chat to us before you just go online and fix at whatever rate you think you want to fix at, because we can have a look at it, see what's going to work for you best, and then make a plan from there.